One of the most famous plays about the First World War, Journey's End, is being remade into a film for a new generation. Forces TV and the Little Film Show are here at the Pinewood Studios in Cardiff for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look. The military have an expression, a lull in the battle. It seems with no ground forces committed to kinetic conflict, our armed forces are right in the middle of that lull. So how do you make sure that people don't forget the sacrifices that so many people have made for our way of life? The answer is media.
The reason that I actually got involved with Journey's End particularly is because I genuinely believe it's probably one of the greatest pieces of drama ever written about war. I come from a military family. My dad was in the army. I instantly recognized a lot of the characters that were in the play as being, genuine depictions of men. Even 50 years after the event, the army is still full of people that are in the play. And I think that, for me, is one of the most important things as a filmmaker. You've got to make stuff that's relevant today.
Set in the trenches near Saint-Quentin in 1918, towards the end of the First World War, the play gives an insight into the experiences of British officers over a 4-day span in a dugout during Operation Michael. But does the remake of this film have a bigger and equally important objective?
Why is it important to bring it today? I think that people are facing this, similar circumstance in war, and it's moreover now, when men came home from that war and tried to go back to a normal civilian life, nearly every other man that they met had served, and they had a shared experience, and that is not so true anymore. I think that's really valuable. It's an extraordinary. It's a very sedentary war. You were fighting that fight or flight instinct the whole time. You were just sat being shelled relentlessly, or just waiting and bored, knowing that the thing that was going to stop the boredom was terror.
Journey's End is a harrowing insight into the humanity of the First World War based on R.C. Sherriff's own experiences in the trenches. Utterly compelling, this award-winning classic masterfully brings the courage, valor, humor, and inescapable tragedy of warfare to first the stage and now the screen. Cassidy Little, Forces News, Pinewood Studios.